He stood at the gate with a kitchen knife saying he's going to stab police.
Crime is on the rise.
Armed with an axe and a machete.
Trying to break into 2 separate houses.
But cometh the hour.
More units, more units.
Cometh the Interceptors.
Get on the floor! Out and running, out and running.
We're riding with West Yorkshire's elite. Alongside their pursuit drivers.
Contact, stand by.
On target with their firearms unit. In the air with their eye in the sky.
Off and running, off and running.
This is the front line in the fight against crime.
Get on the ground, get on the ground!
This is Police Interceptors.
I cannot believe we get paid to do this.
Yeah. Coming up,
Turn the engine off!
one of the most epic pursuits in Interceptors history.
Speed currently 80 miles an hour.
Involving a Porsche.
Vehicles ahead, I'm trying to put a box on it.
He's just determined to kill someone tonight, isn't he?
8 police cars.
I'm going to go past, come across, car 2 will try and get a near side block on.
And the Interceptor's eye in the sky.
He's going to be going northbound onto the M1.
Bringing carnage to the roads of West Yorkshire. And putting officers' lives in danger. It's a wet night in West Yorkshire, and Interceptor Steve Oliver is showing the ropes to trainee Harry Preble.
It's Sunday night, it's been rainy, I'm double crewed this evening. I've got young Harry with me, a student officer who's on attachment. I like taking students out. It's nice to just sort of bring them on, and Harry's been enthusiastic all week. It's nice when you have somebody who's actually interested in what you're doing.
Cricket fan Steve's seen enough in his 18 years on the job to know that even the day of rest can be busy for the Interceptors.
Sunday night for most people is an early night before they go to work, but obviously the people we deal with don't generally go to work in the morning, so anything that can happen at any time.
Half an hour later, officers across the county are tailing a motor that has pinged their in-car computer as being uninsured.
No insurance. Let's get it back and see what
The driver's pulling over, but he's waving them past.
He's saying go fast. Yeah, don't want to go fast.
The man behind the wheel of this top-end Porsche doesn't seem to realise it's him they're after.
Don't turn his engine off.
Mate, turn your engine off, I'm coming back.
But the driver does the opposite, hits the gas and speeds off.
5 failures, vehicle failure to stop. Police road towards Ekman White.
Steve and Harry, along with other units in the area, are heading over to assist.
Got another traffic unit in the Hetman Winder area. Vehicle failing to stop for him, so we're making his way towards it at this moment in time.
Vehicle failure to stop. We're on Leeds Road, Ekman White.
The 250 brake horsepower motor then spins around and heads back in the opposite direction.
Trained authorised suitable vehicle. Yeah, we're fine for 0 miles an hour. No traffic on road. Road is slightly wet.
Having floored it from the cops, he now decides to slow down for a red light.
Red traffic light, stand by. Turn the engine off.
Please, turn the engine off! Turn the engine off! Turn the engine off!
Get your body one out and... We're now Leeds Road towards your case.
The Leeds Road straight on.
Yeah, keep going, keep going.
The driver may have been undecided, but he's now definitely testing the 2-ton, 150-mile-an-hour Porsche's performance.
It's now 70 miles an hour. 70 miles an hour. Safe to continue.
He then runs a red light at a junction on the wrong side of the road.
Wrong side of bollards, but it's safe to continue. Straight on, towards the 62.
Other cars have joined the pursuit as it heads onto the motorway.
Yeah, we're at M62 on at the M62.
And watching from above is the Interceptor's eye in the sky.
3 it's M62 eastbound from junction 27.
With the motorway free of traffic, it's the perfect time to make their move. But stopping this 2-ton sports car won't be easy. And as the cops try to get in front, the driver makes his intentions known.
3-1 is approaching junction 28, standby.
Steve and Harry are now on the motorway and catching up fast.
Extra Romeo 5-1, just confirming, are we still on the M62? I'm coming up past 28 now.
5-1, yes, that's confirmed, past 28.
Steve's advanced driver and TPAC trained. They're hoping to carry out a TPAC, or Tactical Pursuit and Containment, on the Porsche, which involves 3 or more cars boxing in a vehicle and forcing it to stop.
Can we consider getting vehicles ahead and trying to put a box on? If we've got some X5s, please, they will be ideal.
But stopping a car as big and powerful as this Porsche isn't going to be easy. And at the next exit, the driver refuses to play ball and bullies his way off the M62.
3-1, he's come off at 29. Looks like he's going to be going northbound onto the M1. Northbound now, committed northbound onto the M1.
Steve catches up with his colleagues as they head on to the M1.
5-1, I am at car 3 now.
The pursuit is now heading north towards Leeds. And with other interceptors in position, it's time to make their move.
Proceed control units, please. That's now 4 TPAC units. If you can try and get a box on.
As the lead car tries to get in front, the Porsche driver uses its performance to keep ahead and again swerves towards the cop car. Only the skills of the police driver have avoided a high-speed collision. The fleeing driver will clearly stop at nothing to get away. This pursuit needs to be brought to an end before someone gets seriously hurt. The Interceptors are in a high-speed pursuit of a Porsche 4x4, which was pulled for having no insurance.
Please, turn the engine off! Turn the engine off!
After a series of stops and starts,
Just slowing down and trying to wave us past.
through the town of Heckmondwike,
It's now 70 miles an hour. Safe to continue.
the driver headed onto the motorway,
Yeah, we're at M62 on at the M62.
where he tried to take out one of the pursuing cop cars. Steve Oliver and his colleagues are hoping to box in the Porsche and bring it to a stop. But with a car this big and powerful, it won't be simple.
5-1, I'll take car 2. Whoever's in DZG, if you take car 1, you're the bigger car. I'll pull alongside you. I'm coming up right now.
As they try to put the box on, the 4x4 boots it up to over 100, undertaking on the hard shoulder. But the driver slams on the brakes as the cops catch up.
Try and get it on now.
He seems to be toying with them. The cops don't know what this erratic driver will do next, but once again, he hits the gas and speeds away. He then leaves the motorway at the next exit.
3-1, he's off at junction 5, And he's going right, Tunstall Road towards the A61 roundabout. 3-1, it's not 1, It's not 2, not 3. He's taken the 4th. He's turning back onto the M621 in the opposite direction.
The driver's done a full circuit of the roundabout and gone back onto the motorway.
The M621 clockwise direction, back towards the M1.
Steve's now lead car in the pursuit, and as he gets close to the KN, the driver slows down once more, this time to throw something out of the window. They take advantage of the slower speed and attempt another stop.
X-ray Romeo 5-1, I am car 1. If we can get a car up behind me, I'm going to go past, come across, car 2 come alongside, we'll try and get a near side block on. In fact, car 2, where it gets wider here, I'm going to go straight up. I'll drag him to the near side. If you can go past in lane 4.
Steve tries to go up the inside while his colleague goes to the other, but it speeds up and manages to stay in front.
X Romeo 5-1, yeah, speed currently 80 miles an hour.
The Porsche now dives up the M1 and onto the M62, heading back in the direction it came from, once again coming within inches of hitting the pursuing police car.
Sierra 4-1, at the next opportunity where you join the 62, I'd like the 3 boxing cars to pass the subject vehicle and form a 3-line box.
5-1, that's received. Steve, just bear in mind it's 4 lanes at the moment, mate. 4 lanes until we get past the next junction.
They go for the box once more, but as they get into position, the Porsche again swerves into their path. On their next attempt, it's the traffic on the motorway that gets in the way. The runaway driver seizes his moment and aims for the exit road.
3-1, he's coming off at junction 28, coming off at junction 28.
The driver runs a red at the roundabout and squeezes through traffic as he heads for a dual carriageway, taking him back to where the pursuit first started. Now things have changed. A pursuit and T-Pack on a smaller and tighter road is a much trickier proposition. Steve's colleague tries to get in front. But the driver rams him off the road.
Ready cable, airbag deployed.
Steve's the lead car once again, and as he gets close to the 4x4, it slows and swerves into him.
5-1, we've taken contact as well.
Steve's car's taken a hit, but it's still okay to continue. Now on a single carriageway, and the fleeing driver's taken even more risks.
Gone offside, I'm just dropping back a little bit.
3-1, he's continuing A650, keeps going on wrong side round the bollards.
X-ray Romeo 5-1, we're just approaching a traffic light junction ahead. I think it's Crossroad Junction, stand by for directions. Approaching red traffic light, stand by.
The 4x4 has slowed at a junction, with a colleague alongside and other cars behind.
And we are right, heading general direction of Morley.
Steve goes ahead of the Porsche to try and box it in.
Everyone all right? Yeah. 5-1, we're out.
The 4x4 driver has smashed into Steve's car, spinning it around 180 degrees and into a wall. Steve and Harry are unhurt, but their part in the pursuit is over.
All right. Yeah, sound.
The Porsche driver has taken out 2 police cars. It's clear that he will stop at nothing to escape.
Yeah, well, he's just determined to kill someone tonight, isn't he?
5-1, we're disabled back near Brunswick Academy.
All right. Yeah, we're all fine, yeah. Is he coming back towards us?
No, he's going down that way. He's gone Victoria Road, mate.
The pursuit's been on for more than 25 minutes. There are now 6 police cars behind the 4x4, as well as the helicopter above. And net is closing in.
We're going left at the roundabout and back.
Head past 3-1, it's still the A643 Victoria Road. You've got 6 units behind you, 6 units behind the vehicle.
5-0, if we've got any seatback cars behind us, we can get down the side of it and try and stop him. He just keeps ramming up, so we're going to have to stop it.
The driver's slowed down and is goading the cars behind him.
Just for the officer's information, he's gesticulating out of the driver's window at us.
As they head onto a dual carriageway, the team decide to make their move. But once again, the driver slams on his brakes. He speeds off, but smashes into the cop car in front. This time, disabling his own motor. The driver ditches his stricken Porsche and makes a run for it.
Driver out and running. We're following on camera.
On foot, he's no match for the Interceptors. And half an hour after he was first lit up, they finally have him in cuffs.
Male is detained. It's Beeston Ring Road, Junction Elland Road.
Is there a car to put him in? We've got a car that works. This way.
So, you know, look, I'm going.
Get in the car then.
Excuse me, I'm going. Put
your feet in the car.
Student Officer Harry certainly had a taste of what life as an interceptor can be like.
First experience, really, of that kind of pursuit. It was interesting, to say the least. I could see him all the way through a pursuit. He didn't care. He had his arm on the window looking out. He looked so casual. And it just shows you with his intent how dangerous it can be for police officers.
Steve's seen most things in his 18 years on the job, but this has been one of his toughest pursuits ever.
You'll have seen through pursuit we've dropped back at certain stages, we've come forward at certain stages, and we've tried to put the box on when it's been safe to do so, or as safe as it can get. We can't be ramming vehicles left, right and centre off the road. It's dangerous. The driver in this case has clearly no respect whatsoever for the law or for anybody else around him. And I would hope, assuming that he's found guilty at a later stage, that he'll be getting quite a lengthy custodial sentence so that he can think back on what he's done.
The dangerous driver has been taken to the Nick. He's being dealt with by Interceptor Richard Whiteley, who was also involved in the pursuit.
You apologise? I think it's a bit too late to apologise now, pal, isn't it?
It's not too late, never too late.
Police suspect he's under the influence of something.
What have you taken?
Look, it's blood here.
What have you been taken? OK, I want you to do a breath test for me, OK? See if you've got any alcohol in your system. OK?
Who's chased me now?
A lot of people have chased you. You've had half of West Yorkshire Police chasing you. Take a deep breath and blow into that for me. Take a deep breath and blow into that like you're blowing up a balloon. Blow. Blow. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep... Thank you, stop. 0 on that one.
There's no alcohol in his system, so Richard tries a different test.
Right, this is a drugs wipe test, OK? Have you taken any drugs recently? Any? I'm asking you. Have you taken any? OK, stick your tongue out for me. Open your mouth. Stick your tongue out. You're going to stick your tongue out? And let's do this.
No.
You're not going to do it, OK?
The driver seems unaware of the seriousness of what he's done.
Yeah, I have. And I'm driving, chasing you at 130 mile an hour, and I've got 3 kids to go home for. You could have pulled in at any time, OK? So don't start saying if I've got kids or not, OK? Because I want to go home at the end of the night.
The suspect, who was driving his girlfriend's car, was taken to hospital for a checkup before being returned to the cells. He was later convicted of failing to stop for police, dangerous driving and driving while disqualified and with no insurance. He was sentenced to 14 months in prison and banned from driving for 5 years and 7 months once his current disqualification ends. No action was taken regarding the suspected driving under the influence.
It just beggars belief that somebody can be in that state and willingly get into a vehicle and drive the way he's done, putting countless people at risk, including myself. That vehicle's capable of over 150 miles an hour. It's nearly 2 tons of vehicle. The way that we saw it driving, it was swerving, it was nearly colliding with all the police cars. It's written 3 police cars off. These people need stopping and stopping quickly.
It's the evening shift, and Interceptors Ben Pearson and Ben Barraclough are en route to the scene of a very unpleasant-sounding accident.
There's a collision up Toll Lane. The car's on its roof, but they said they pulled a baby or a small child from the car. When there's small children involved, obviously they like to get there quicker.
They arrive to find paramedics and the fire service on scene.
How are you doing? You all right?
Car on roof, driver's done one.
So no driver?
No, done one. It's hit another car. Yeah, to do with some crowd control, really.
Right, okay.
The drivers apparently left the scene, but Ben's concern is with the baby that has reportedly been pulled from a car.
Oh. Are you two in the same car? Because we've got told there's a baby being pulled from a car.
It turns out that the baby wasn't in the car that flipped over, but one of the parked cars it hit. And most importantly, she's fine.
Good, right, that's all we needed to know. Right, cheers.
Now they know the baby's fine, Ben and Ben need to start an investigation. But the crowds of people are making it difficult.
Yeah, it's absolute bedlam up here. There's got to be 200 people in the street. It's on its roof.
Please move back onto the pavement. Give us some space to work, thank you. It's like somebody that's squeezed a crisp packet and there's just people everywhere. You don't know who's a victim, you don't know who's a witness, you don't know who's a driver. There's belief at the moment that the driver of the 4x4 that's on its back has gone to hospital, so a unit's gone there. But you can see there's just people everywhere, just everybody's come out. So at the moment what we need is we just need a sterile area to work in.
Then some of the crowd come forward with some info.
Yeah. And then once it's come straight towards me, I don't know, then it's hit them cars and then he's ended up on the roof.
The crash has also been filmed on a shop's CCTV.
Let's press it again, press play again.
The 4x4 clips a parked car before flying across the road, hitting another car, then flipping over. It's a miracle no one's been hurt.
My colleague's going to get a copy of it, and what else we'll need, we'll give you a shout. Thank you.
Another officer's managed to track down the suspected driver of the car, who's in hospital.
No, he's got one side of his head. A few abrasions there, and he's got cuts to his knees. But yeah, he's been stuck in car. Some guys come along, got him out of the car and brought him straight up here.
Now the priority is to get the road open.
Mop it, get vehicle recovered, clear scene off. If you just let travel link know, probably going to be closed for the next 40 minutes.
Can you move onto the pavement, please? Onto the pavement, lad, please. Thank you.
They need to get the fire engine out and a recovery truck in. And as well as the crowds of people on the roadside, motorists are still trying to drive into the street.
Turn your car round now. Also, I'll give you a £100 fine for contravening mandatory. Listen, stop being stupid. Turn your car around now. Do you want to get out of the car now? Right, turn your car around now. Turn now.
Ben's stern words eventually have an effect. And having spoken to eyewitnesses and watched the CCTV, they now have a handle on what's happened.
He's come round this corner far too quick and he's collided with the rear of this car. And the first car he's collided with on the offside of the road is the VW Golf in front of us, which I think caused him to flip. And it's come to land on its roof, leaking oil and God knows whatever else. Travelling far too quick for road conditions, or distracted at the wheel. Until we've spoken to him, we're not going to know which one it was.
The car the 4x4 hit smashed into a number of other vehicles, causing thousands of pounds worth of damage and a massive clean-up operation for the recovery team.
But you can see it just draws everyone out of houses, and it's just harder to work when there's people about. Everyone's got their phones like this gentleman here. Yeah, lad. All going well, is it? You like filming?
Yeah, of course.
Right.
It'll go around the community, it'll go on Facebook, it'll go everywhere. It's like bonfire night with fireworks. We all take a picture of fireworks, and then a month later when we're bored of looking at them, we delete them.
Do we? What was it, yeah?
Different gravy.
And having spoken to witnesses and collected the CCTV, Ben and Ben can finally get away from the camera phones and get on with the shift.
I'd rather be sat inside watching Coronation Street, not that I do watch Coronation Street. But I wouldn't be standing on the street in drizzly rain, shouting at my mates. So, anyway, that's just my thing, innit?
The cops were unable to prove who was behind the wheel. However, the owner of the vehicle has been charged with failing to provide driver details. He awaits his day in court.
People just treat roads like a racetrack. They're just not bothered. No one's bothered really. And we're doing the best we can, but people don't want to be educated, people don't want to listen. So, anyway, I'm going to go home and have a bag of chips.
Still to come.
We're behind a taxi. Got a group of lads in it, get it stopped.
An early morning chat with some suspected burglars.
Hi fellas. What are you doing? Going for a little drive?
And a late night stop in Leeds.
Come on out. You had a drink, haven't you?
It's the early hours of the morning, and Interceptor Richard Whiteley and rookie Jill Davidson are out and about on the hunt for burglars.
We're trying to catch these people who are out there breaking into houses and nicking cars. We've got a tasking area which we're heading to now. Intelligence states that obviously that's where the cars are going from, so hopefully we'll get up in the area and be in a position to respond to something. We've just got to be in the right place at the right time.
Richard's favourite cop film is the Will Smith classic Bad Boys, and it sounds like there's a few out and about this morning.
Just come up to an area called Wetherby. There's been 2 reports of somebody trying to break into 2 separate houses, trying to steal the vehicles. Got a description of a car, got no reg number, no model, just a vehicle at the moment with square plates, stickers on the side of the car.
Moments later, a car fitting the description drives past.
Hello. Here we are.
An unmarked unit's tailing it, but if the car is full of burglars, they'll need reinforcements.
We're behind a taxi coming out of Bramham with plates on the side, a silver estate. Got a group of lads in it, we'll get it stopped.
A taxi out at 4 in the morning may well not be doing anything wrong. Given the reported burglaries nearby, it's definitely worth stopping.
Hi fellas. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just going for a little drive.
Going for a little drive?
What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
I've got a job now.
Oh, your job?
Right. Is this a taxi fare?
Yeah, this is taxi.
And whereabouts are you based?
Bradford.
So the taxi's from a company in Bradford, which is a good 20 miles away. Again, not necessarily illegal, but certainly suspicious.
So what brings you to Collingham then, and Bramham?
The suspect's story is taller than the Empire State, but a search of the boot delivers another explanation.
We've got a widescreen TV, a load of jewellery.
So the reason that I'm searching is we've had reports of some burglaries ongoing in the area. So we're just checking for anything that might be used.
The search of the suspects and the rest of the car uncovers some interesting items.
We've got keys to a Jaguar on him.
Yeah, well, they could come for burglary. There's
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. £50 that. Don't see many of them.
Oh. It's empty. He's denying knowledge of it, though. He's saying his mate's just thrown it in.
One gentleman's got some keys to a high-performance Jaguar. They don't live locally, so they're not just coming back or going anywhere. We've got a number of items in the boot. We've got a flat-screen TV, loads of jewellery, screwdrivers, gloves under the car seats. So looks like we've got the little team that were doing the jobs that we've all been come to the area for. Might as well lock him up for burglary. Yeah.
Richard's colleagues are at one of the houses that have been broken into only a few miles away.
Do they know what make of telly it is? Just to belts and braces. Lovely, mate, great stuff. They haven't got a Jaguar on drive, have they? Yeah, there's been a bit more development. We've got some units up at one of the addresses. The UPVC door lock has been snapped off. My officers have gone into the address and the large TV is missing from the house. There's a large TV in the boot of this car. There's a VW Passat, I think, on the drive, and one of the males that we've got has got some VW keys. So maybe they were going to give it a bit of time and then go back to the address. But certainly lots of questions to be asked by our officers in the morning.
The suspects were taken to the Nick for questioning. All 3 passengers pleaded guilty to burglary. The front seat passenger was sentenced to 30 months in a young offenders institution. The second passenger was sentenced to 27 months in a young offenders institution. And the other passenger was given an 18-month detention training order. No further action was taken against the taxi driver.
Whilst people are asleep, we're out working, and hopefully people can see that we are actually catching these criminals that are about causing misery. People are going to wake up in the morning, find the television nicked, possibly a Jaguar nicked, and fortunately on this occasion we've struck gold and we've caught them in the act, which is always nice. It's what pubbies enjoy.
It's the early hours, and Interceptor Steve Suggett is in the unmarked car on the hunt for a man who's allegedly been overindulging in the delights of the city's nightlife.
There's a report from Leeds City Centre CCTV of a male seen stumbling into a car. It's suspected that he might be a drunk driver. It's been driving around, but it's now parked up again. The occupant's got out and disappeared. But there's a likelihood that he'll probably come back to it, so we're going to just make our way to the area, see if we can get it in sight with a view to getting it stopped.
Leeds United fan, nicknamed Suggs, has been a police officer in West Yorkshire for more than 19 years. He's seen firsthand the damage drink drivers can cause.
The seriousness of this is that someone who's so drunk that they don't know what they're doing is potentially going to seriously injure or kill somebody if they're in a collision with somebody. They have no thoughts for themselves or others.
As Steve approaches the city centre, CCTV are keeping eyes on the car, but there's no sign of the driver.
Sarah Fallon, can you still see it on camera?
Yeah, received. It's just round the corner from Core Lane, parked up on the right.
Fallon, that's received. Just let us know when it moves off.
Steve's parked up around the corner. He needs the driver to be behind the wheel in order to arrest him for drink driving, and doesn't want him to know the police are watching.
I don't want to drive onto the road there. You know, if he looks in and sees me here in my police uniform, he's not going to get back in the car, is he?
So all Steve can do is wait.
Sheriff 01, what's the description of the driver?
He's got dark top on and basically trousers on.
10 minutes later, Steve's plan pays off.
There we go, Leeds watch.
A man fitting the description gets into the car. And after eventually getting it started, he's off. Steve's straight after him.
Moving off from Core Lane if there are units still nearby, Leeds, much appreciated.
Sierra 4-1, yeah, coming down Core Lane now.
Steve's unmarked car gets behind the suspect vehicle, and he now has a marked police car behind him. His plan is to box in the car, avoiding any possibility of a pursuit with a drunk driver in the busy city centre, so he needs to wait for a third unit to arrive.
Any other preemptive trained units at Leeds City Centre?
Another car's nearby, and it soon joins Steve. It's time to make their move.
I'm just going to see if we can get a stop. We've got a couple of units behind us. And the next set of lights that go red, I'm going to try and get in front of him. If they are, he can just take up the rear.
And as the lights ahead turn red,
I'm just going to cut it right in front of him here.
Steve's got his man.
Turn your engine off. Unbuckle your seatbelt. Come on out.
Yeah.
No problem. You had a drink, hadn't you? Just come and have a seat over there. Sit in there.
The bloke reeks of booze, so once he's shifted his car, Steve breaks out the breathalyser.
I'm going to conduct a breath test with you, OK?
Thank you.
How much have you had to drink?
Literally 8 pints.
Just a pint, have you? A pint of what, please?
Beer.
What, sir?
Beer.
Beer, yeah. Which beer? Strong beer, medium beer? What? Do you know?
I can't recall.
Okay. Okay, have you done a roadside breath test before?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, all I need you to do is blow through the tube until I tell you to stop. I'll hold the machine, okay, I'll just hold it there. I'll have to hold it, you just blow through it. Thank you very much.
It's not good news for the driver.
You've provided a positive sample of breath, okay, so you're under arrest on suspicion of driving whilst over the prescribed limit.
He's clearly had more than 1 pint of beer.
He's blown 107.
That's more than 3 times the legal limit.
As soon as I looked at him, I knew we were well gone. Got him out of the car, he's a bit unsteady on his feet. Got him in there, I can smell alcohol on his breath, so I've put him on a breath test machine. He's blown 107 at the roadside, which is really high.
It's been a textbook stop. Quick, efficient, and most importantly, safe.
We're in a busy city centre, it's nighttime economy, there's a lot of people walking about, and this person's driving his car. The likelihood is he could have knocked anyone down, seriously injured or killed them. Likewise, he could have hit another car.
Back at the police station, the man blows once more.
You hold this, but don't cover the top, just hold it down the bottom there, that's it, and in your own time.
And once more, he's over the limit.
Okay, there's no surprises there. You've blown a lower reading of 98 micrograms of alcohol in 100 millilitres of breath, okay, which is more than double the limit. Okay, so you will be charged with an offence of drink driving and you'll have to pay at court. That's more than 1 beer.
The man was later convicted of drink driving. He was given 200 hours community service, ordered to pay £170 and banned from driving for 4 years.
Luckily we got to him first and stopped him from driving, but it's going to hit home now. All the knock-on effects of drink driving for that one moment of madness, really. He could have quite easily left the car at home, got a taxi or public transport, and all for the sake of a few drinks in town and then driving home.
Coming up.
How the chuff have you managed to do that?
A stuck van.
I didn't see this one.
You didn't see the sign?
Leads to a deflated Dan.
Yeah, this is definitely, most definitely what I joined the job for.
Out on the evening shift are Interceptors Dan Robson and Tom Powell, who are on their way to an unusual road traffic collision.
It sounds as though somebody has misjudged the size of the vehicle that they're driving and has somehow managed to wedge themselves underneath the billboard. And his phone has said he's scared to move his vehicle because he thinks everything's going to fall down. So, yeah, we'll go and have a look and see how on earth he's managed to do that.
11-year veteran Tom is a big fan of Thai food, rugby league and real ale. While his crime-fighting colleague Dan prefers Chinese food, football and a rum and coke. Though he's not convinced the stricken driver has been on the sauce tonight.
When you get a report like this, and it sounds like a bit of a strange one, and on one hand you'd say it's a decent shout that it could have alcohol or drugs as a factor, but the guy that's crashed his car and wedged it under a billboard has called us himself, which it'd be a bit like a turkey voting for Christmas. But
the driver may not be a turkey, but on arrival it's clear that he's stuffed himself pretty badly.
How the chuff have you managed to do that?
Has he pulled into a bay or a bus stop? Oh, he's pulled into a cycle lane. Well done.
A Luton van is well and truly wedged under a road sign. Dan and Tom need to find out how, and then get it out safely.
Hello. How are you? Are you the driver?
Yeah, I'm the driver, yeah.
Oh dear.
You didn't want to do that?
So I didn't see this one.
You didn't see the sign?
Well, there's only one thing for it. What are you thinking?
He's going to have to drive it off.
As the van's got in, they're hoping it can get out again, though they're taking precautions.
We'll have to stop traffic in case it decides that it's going to come down, won't we? If it's going to fall, it's only going to fall this way, isn't it?
Yeah.
What I mean is, it's not going to fall into the house.
You've said it now.
Tom moves the police car to block the inside lane in case the sign falls over.
Well, yeah, we'll see what happens, but we'll stand back. Oops.
Dad, get him to go back.
Hey?
Get him to go back.
It's damaged already now. It's gonna have to get moved, isn't it?
Whichever way the van's meant to be moving, it's not going anywhere. They need a plan B.
Like the tyre pressure's down a bit. Front and rear.
Yeah.
Letting air out of the tyres may lower the van enough to get out. So, the Interceptors get to work.
It's like the policing equivalent of watching paint dry, this.
They don't teach this at police training school. Dan's not a happy chappy.
Yeah, this is most definitely what I joined the job for. To let tyre pressure down. Let's not catch criminals.
And once the tyres are as deflated as Dan, it's time for a second attempt.
Guess you could give it another try.
The plan is going well. But there's another sticking point.
The problem is there's some down rods on the sign, and he's got the cowling at the front, and it's tucked down behind that front cowling, which is like the final little piece.
They're going to need to be totally flat, these, aren't they?
I'm not so sure we're going to get enough clearance letting the tyres down to be able to get it beyond that, to be honest. I think we might have to leave it where it is and get some professionals out. I won't be stood anywhere near that sign when he tries as another go, put it that way.
And once the tyres are almost flat, it's time to try again.
Right, come forward just a couple of inches, see if you can unhook it. Right, now try going back again. Go on, keep going, go. Right, just make sure you're not going to hit anything that side now.
The van's finally unstuck, and the neighbours are impressed.
I was upstairs in my bedroom with my mate, we were just listening to Will Smith. You know, all of a sudden we just had a big bang.
I think it was a good job.
Yeah.
A very good job.
The firemen came, they stood around and had a look around, you know, and then
they just left it, they couldn't be asked. And then here, these lads came, glued on, made them take pressure out of tyres, and that's it, job's a good one.
Good on you. We're going to go back to listen to our Will Smith now.
While the onlookers return to boom, boom, shake, shake the room, the Interceptors finish off with the Fresh Prince of bad parking.
He's obviously come here with good intentions. He's done what he thought was the right thing, which was to pull off what is a busy carriageway, so not to inconvenience other motorists, and he's misjudged it by the looks of that by about 4 inches.
So,
I assume you've spoken to your bosses.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I take it they're not very happy.
Yeah, they're not very happy, yeah. Definitely, because it's my fault, but I didn't see this one.
And you missed the 12-foot sign.
I missed because I was busy.
It's not very conspicuous, though, is it?
And it's not like it's lit by a street lamp either, but I can see how you manage that.
And Dan's decided that, just like his van, the driver's suffered enough damage.
We're not going to make it any worse for you by giving you a ticket, but
Thank you very much.
please be a bit more careful.
Yeah,
all right.
I'll do that, yeah.
It's all in a day's work for the Interceptors.
What a silly Billy.
The Interceptors will be back at the same time next week. Peter moonlights as a cobbler for a lame cow in New the Yorkshire Vet. That's tomorrow at 8. New series Around the World by Train with Tony Robinson sees him riding up the steepest railway tunnel in the world on his way up Panang Hill in Thailand. That's next, after a quick news update.